Hey YouTube, RepoMan64. I want to take you straight to this real short video. I have been corrected on an issue. Both Sabine Vlaming and myself have thought that the Ark door was shut. I thought it was on the 24th. Sabine was saying it was probably the 25th. She went in and she sent me this. Let's see, where's it at? Here, and is it here? No, here. She sent me this, and because I asked her, I said, the ark door shuts. That's kind of an indicator that that's the door in heaven that's shut, and our salvation or our rapture has to occur before the door is shut. And all throughout the Bible, it talks about when God shuts the door, it's done. So on the 24th and 25th, I was a bit confused. And then I started thinking maybe we're just shut inside, waiting for liftoff, like the ark was lifting up as the rain fell. And so I asked her. I said, so we must be mistaken on when this door was shut. So she does a study, which is awesome. And I've also studied what she studied, and she is correct. The ark door actually shuts on October the 31st. I believe she has made a video, so I would go watch hers because she's much more intricate and detailed with her studies than I am. But I'm still bringing it to you anyway. She says, "Hi, dear brother. I restudied Genesis 7:11 through 12, and Jasher 5 through 16. Now, I found it in Jasher 6 is where I found the ark door shut. But if you start studying from there and read on, you get to learn about, why was it that Noah was so old when he had his first kid? Everyone else had their first kid at 100 and, throughout the patriarchs, but Noah was the one that was 500 years old when he had his first child. And so he didn't even take a wife because he knew that the flood was coming, and he didn't want to put a wife and children through this. But God told him, you will take a wife, and because your seed is going to populate the planet. We are all descendants, each and every single one of us, descendants from those 8 people that were on that ark. And so you can go in, and the Bible references the book of Jubilees, the book of Jasher, and talks about how important Enoch is. So we study these things the Bible tells us, and as I read it and understood it myself, it says that God told Noah to get into the ark, and he shut the door and sealed him in. And even Jay Justified's been telling me for months, no, he sealed the ark on the 31st. I said, no, he didn't. It says right here to get in the ark. So we've had a little discussion on that fact. And the fact is that Sabine here has found that the ark was shut on the 17th of Heshvan, which is October the 31st. And here's her link right here. You can go look at what she's put up. Here is the book of Jasher, chapter 5. She tells us to read. And let's see here. Down here, it's hard to see. It's very small print. It's hard to see. It says here that the Lord shut him in the ark just as the rain or the flood began. The waters of the deep broke loose, and it rained. And then Noah gets this unique opportunity from within the ark, and that's why I thought perhaps the ark door was shut for 7 days. But then why would they be trying to get into the ark if it hadn't started raining? That's the key right there. That's why we know the ark door actually shut on the 31st. And he gets this unique opportunity, and I don't even know if we would be afforded such an opportunity, where outside the ark they were screaming to get in. I think that's the crying and the gnashing of teeth that the Bible talks about. Noah gets this opportunity to tell them, I've been warning you for 120 years, and now you want in the ark. Now you want to be a part of it. And they're saying, just open the door and let us in. And he said, no, that's not how this works. And that is not how it works. You'll accept the Lord while we are in the age of grace, and then you will go to heaven. So I wanted to put that out there. Please go. You can Google it. That's what I just did. Google the Book of Jasher, Book 5 and Book 6, and read it for yourself. The Legend of the Jews. You can read chapter 4, or the fourth book, or it's not the fourth book. It's the chapter 4, The Legend of the Jews. You can read that, and then Jubilees also. All three of those books give an account of the Noah history, and like I said, it's good news. It's absolutely good news because the door is still open. The day of grace is still here. You can, and somebody asked me that in the comment section. They says, well, if the door is shut, then that's it. Nobody else can come in. The age of grace is over. And I got to thinking, that's what prompted me, really, to be honest with you, to ask Sabine, is like, if the door is shut, then they're done, and that's not, as I understand it, the age of grace goes all the way up to the rapture moment. So yes, the door of the ark was shut on the 31st, and that is the end of the age of grace. The 28th is a very popular day. It's already the 28th in Israel at nightfall, which happened at probably around 11 o'clock this morning, noon maybe, and Eastern Standard Time. So it's already the 28th in Israel. Are we going to see a 3-day warning? And then the door being shut on the 31st. There's just YouTube is a buzz. Everybody is talking about this. This is something everybody is watching, and so and that's what we're supposed to do. Let me think. There was one more comment made in my comment section, and another correction that I think I have to look at closer. I haven't studied it yet, and perhaps we can get some help. But there was a comment in there that said, you keep saying that only the watchers are the bride, and those are the only ones going to heaven. But they made the comment that if you don't watch, that day will overtake you as a thief. And they said it doesn't necessarily mean that you're left behind. He said what you lose by not watching is a crown. And I thought, it was he or she, I don't recall. It was in the comment section. I love these comments, and I really appreciate your help. You have no idea how much I appreciate your help. Bring me these comments and teach me something. I really want to learn. I really like to have correct information. And man, does that make sense? Doesn't that make all the sense in the universe? That if you're not watching, some people are just going to be taken to heaven. They weren't watching, but guess what they won't get? It's a crown. But they weren't left behind. They just don't get that crown. I mean, there's crowns in there that I'm not going to get because I'm not a preacher, so I don't get that crown. Those preachers get a special crown, and that's for them. And I'm not going to feel bad because I am not a preacher. So I want you to know that your comments are very important to me when structured, intelligibly, and with love in your heart, and try to teach me and show me passages. This person showed me passages and everything else, and it stopped me. And I said, you know what? I've been saying that for a while, that a watcher is the only one, that's the bride. That's the one going to heaven, and I'm rethinking that. They just might not get the watcher's crown, and that the day will overtake them as a thief. But does it say, and that would be a good debate, actually, very good debate, does it say that if you are not watching, you're not a bride and you're not going to heaven? So I liked that very much, and I appreciate that. So my door is always open myself as far as learning something. I don't know everything, and I absolutely love learning something new. So thank you, Sabine Vlaming, for researching that like she did. I did study in the book of Jasher, like I said, and it in fact does say that Noah spent that week loading the ark, and at the end it was shut. And then when the waters started to flood, that's when the evil people outside tried to break into the ark, and then the beasts that were left outside that didn't get on the ark actually kept them away from the ark. So that's a pretty interesting conversation in and of itself. Anyway, Repo Man 64, we're in the window. I showed you the mirror of the second, the man on a long journey. Somebody touched a dead body. happens on the second month and the 14th day. The mirror to that date, the 28th. Something big is about to happen, I think. Something big is about to happen. Will we get a 3-day warning? Maybe. I don't know. Are we just going to hear a trumpet and go up? Maybe. I don't know. But we're going to keep watching because that's what we do. We just keep on watching. That's getting vibrating. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, we are still in the age of grace. According to Sabine and everything I just learned from the book of Jasher, the door of the ark is still open. It is being loaded right now. Everyone's being defined right now as to who's getting onto this ark. And Matthew 6, 5, and 6. And I had another comment, and I'll tell you in a second. Go to a quiet place by yourself. Nobody needs to know, and you don't need to tell anybody. Accept the Lord into your heart. And somebody in there says, once you're saved, you probably run around telling everybody. This is true. This moment I'm talking about, where you do go to that quiet place, is an intimate moment between you and your Father and nobody else. But once He saves you, just like, I think it was the blind man, Jesus put mud in his eyes and said he could see, and He said, don't tell anybody. I think that was the person. And what did that person do? It was an intimate moment while he was being saved, while he was being able to see. But after that, Jesus said, don't tell anybody. What did that man do? He ran straight into town and told everybody. And that's what I'm talking about. You don't get saved in front of a bunch of people. Jesus saves you. It's an intimate moment between you and Him. But after that, tell the world, I'm saved, and I would tell the world. And I know you would too. But have that intimate moment with your Father. So I guess we'll chat with you later. If you have any insight, don't be shy. Make a comment. Give me Bible verses. Teach me something, because I'd like to learn. Talk with you later.